run the clock. Super 16, it's the cream of the crop. College football, time of year, don't stop.
You're adding this guy.
Just another go dome with the courage, heart, skill, and will. Bringing you the best 16. Serving up a plate for the football fiends. Breaking the best 16 college teams. Football fans, it's the show of your dreams.
Ain't no bias, Chris Zorich breaking truth. Traded in the golden helmet in the past for a suit. With the tape, never lie, college ball, he's a stoop. Breaking the top 16, not the top 32.
I don't mean to cut you off like a Zorich jersey, but you ain't really grinding unless the jersey dirty. Hit the running back like a Mack truck behind the 30-yard line. It's game time, my team riding off the sideline.
You look at Chris like this with a fact checklist. Going over college teams like a big scientist. Steve streaking from his head like in his playing days. Super 16 polls on the show straight away.
It's the FBS, the best of the best. From the ACC to the SEC. Pac-12, Big 10, Mountain West, Sun Belt, and the Big 12. Open your eyelids, who the best like the clock. Super 16 is the cream of the crop. College football, time of year, don't stop. With Christopher Zorich, just another go dome with the courage, heart, skill, and will. Bringing you the best 16. Serving up a plate for the football fiends. Breaking the best 16 college teams. Football fans, it's the show of your dreams.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Super 16 Poll Show. This is week 5, and probably one of the most exciting weeks in college football. But before I get started, first I want to thank the Football Writers American Association and also the National Football Foundation for allowing us to do this. I'm very honored. This is year 3 that I have a chance to assist in the Super 16 rankings, the Super 16 national rankings. So I am very excited about that. The only downfall of it is that your picks have to be in by Sunday at 8 o'clock a.m., which is kind of rough because if you've been partying in South Bend after some nice victories, it's tough getting up and having to rank everything. But I am excited about that. And I mentioned that this is one of the most exciting weeks in college football. There may be a couple little shakeups. Who knows? This week was a very interesting week. I think we have a lot to talk about. But before we do, I'd like to bring in Phil for maybe a comment or two about our beloved Chicago Bears.
Hey, there you go. Yep, I like it.
The beloved?
Beloved.
It's the only show I could be on I guess it's the right side of your screen viewing at home, right?
We
get this mic over here. I want to get one of those mic stands like right close to me, like Howard Stern.
To make you look
like
more
this.
professional?
Ladies and gentlemen.
To make you look more professional? You're not professional enough? You produce
Please,
like 20 shows? You produce like 20
rise up.
shows, you got your own network, and you don't feel professional enough, huh?
No, I want that. Shane has that flying stand that floats around. I want that too.
Or else you can be incognito, just have like a little mic right here, you know? I mean,
I don't like that much.
Oh, you're a show off. I see.
Oh, I like the mic, so I know.
Or you have a mic like this.
I actually would stand up at the mic.
I'm not going to touch my mic because it might get jacked up.
Yeah, I don't want you jacking your audio
last
up.
week. Yes.
Last week, it sounded like you had one of those Toshiba phones in your pocket. You're standing next to your TV.
Oh, that was hilarious. But you were saying you want one of those stand-up desks?
Yes. I want to get no.
No?
I'm good with sitting right now. I'm tired. Okay. I actually would stand up at a mic and tell the truth, unlike the Chicago Bears head coach.
How about that? Was that an interesting game, to say the least, or what?
How many minutes? We should get like a clock timer so I could try to fit up and just run the clock. We run the clock.
There you go.
Kennedy. Chris, in all of my life, I always feel like I'm saying that same sentence with every new Bears regime. In all of my life, watching the Bears, I've never seen They've never given me the positive side of that cookie. It's always some I don't even want to swear. It's always that stale, used up. You were looking forward to those cookies, and this is even worse than that. I've never been so low with knowing that your coach is so bad. Like, I'm at the point where I'm like, what dumb crap are they going to do next?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, we're just fans, or we're kind of looking at it from a different perspective. Imagine the guys in the locker room. Like
That's what I'm saying.
Like, what is going on there?
They know the coach is lying, and it's like, that's the letdown. That's why you always have to be transparent. You have to have accountability. You can't get involved with the politics of this stuff, and you have to stand for something. Right now, without the football stuff aside, just the organizational standard of what you expect from your head coach is on a level of complete and utter negligence. It is that terrible. It's coaching malpractice at this point. What Chase Claypool said wasn't that wrong, but they decided to take a stance and lie about it. Lie. And then double down on that lie, then come back out, then try to clear it up. Has this been a pattern? Yes. Justin Fields called out the coaches. Then he backpedaled. Then he said, no, then you have the defensive coordinator. I don't know where he is. I don't know when he's going to return. Meanwhile, he resigned in the morning. It comes out. He handed in his resignation. Exactly, Jerry. There is zero accountability. And I'm sorry, Kevin Warren has to you have to blow it up. You have to blow it up.
Well, but you have to think about, if they were winning, if the Bears were successful, guess what? Kevin would still be at the Big Ten. I mean, there's a reason why Kevin is at the Bears. Mm-hmm. And, everybody's kind of giving him some crap too. But, I haven't talked to him. I haven't spent that much time with him. But he's only been on the job for 4 months? 3 months?
Since April.
Okay, April.
I don't know what that. I'm terrible at math, so let's do
That's
it.
That's okay. April, May, June, July, August, September.
About 6 months.
Okay.
6. He's about a half a year.
Half a year in.
Just discovery, we call this, right? Discovery.
No,
He's
right?
discovering all the corners of that stink rock.
And again, I'm not sticking up for him. I haven't talked to him, but I'm not
saying it's his fault.
Well, no. I'm not. No, I'm not saying people are saying that, but
I'm saying he's the only hope. He's the only hope.
It's like he walked into a shit show, and It's like, okay, so this is what I have to do. Okay, wow. So imagine, and I think this. This was in the paper or an interview he had. He wound up interviewing everyone in the organization, right? From the part-timers to the full-time, obviously not players, but the idea that he has to make those rounds and kind of understand the culture, get a fit for the organization, and by the way, you're 0-4. How does that work?
That's the other thing. I hate this 0-4 because it stinks and it's a losing disease, but it's really 0 for the last 14. And Eberflus, or Eberlose, as I keep saying, people to hashtag that up, Eberlose, it keeps showcasing itself that it isn't getting any better. If you lose a certain way, the next week you find an even worse way to lose. And thus, you try to trump yourself down at some point. You got to get off that ride. It ain't for you. If you keep trying to go on that roller coaster and you keep throwing up and the people in back are getting the splatter. At some point, you got to get the kid off the ride. Okay, it ain't working out for him. And that's where we are. The splatter is every press conference. And as Jerry is saying here, but coach said we're almost there. We're almost we had a good week of practice. Let me list off the pot. He did it again, Chris. I know I mentioned it last week. You saw it again. He starts listing off the positives. And we got a super chat here from how do you say Z? Is it
I'm
a Z
assuming
sound? Zelos.
But here's the thing. How about this? Then you add on a short week. What the hell?
Oh, my God. And on national TV.
Oh, my God.
Well, it's on Prime, but seriously,
But
everybody
still,
must have Prime, right?
at this point, but still. I mean, it wasn't bad enough that Taylor Swift allowed
my God.
15 gazillion people to watch
how
Kansas
bad
City
the Bears
beat the shit
are.
out of Bears, right? Exactly, right.
Right.
So thank you, Taylor Swift, for letting us let everybody know how bad the Bears are.
Now, I was going to save this for Wednesday's show when we have David Kaplan from ESPN 1000 on to talk Chicago Bears on Keep It at 100.
Okay.
Shameless plug.
That's okay. It's your network. That's what happens. You got your network.
But think about the extreme. No, think about the extremes, Chris. And then I'm going to get to you, Zelos. 31-0 at the half against Kansas City, and you lose. What was the final? 41-10?
Something like that, yeah.
Right? That's 2 weeks ago. Then you go to a team, and people are getting at me like, oh, they're not the worst. Denver versus Dolphins, 70 burger, Phil. What about that? I go, points don't mean anything. It's the performance of what it is in the game. Don't throw numbers at me.
And
so
also, and also the coach. I mean, Sean Payton, really? You don't think he's seen? I mean, you don't think he went in his bag of tricks like, oh, okay, you know what? I got something for Chicago. I got to redeem myself, right? Went in his bag of tricks because he'd been coaching for 30 years, you know?
Exactly. And he's a veteran. And he outcoached. You're up 28-7 at the half. So you role reversed with the Chiefs. And a lot of people are DMing me, pounding their chests. And Shane and I, to our credit, on our patron halftime show said, tap the brakes, guys. This is a poorly coached football team. This game ain't over. If you think it is, you better stay to the end. And you could see it there. We can't rewrite history here. And sure enough, everything you possibly could do wrong as a coach, this head coach did. But you know what, Jerry Owens, because you get it, and Sal gets it, and Cherie gets it, coach never has taken responsibility on himself. He's never said, I got to be better. This is not going to happen again on my watch. You know what? I could have kicked the field, but we really thought we wanted to control. Kick the field goal. You're at home. Kick the field goal. If not, do what I've said for the last 12 years. He's too quarterback sneak. It's a half yard. Push it. Put 2 offensive guards or put your fullback and drive it. You want to bring a tight end in there to take a snap and do quarterback sneaks? How about you put your 240 quarterback?
Here's the thing, and I'm looking at
that
play, and then you look at what Marcus Freeman did against Ohio State and Notre Dame. Kind of same scenario, right? Could have had a chance to go in for a score, but they decide to run it, right? And 4th and 1. I mean, what is it that makes coaches feel that, hey, and I'm asking the coach. I mean, obviously I've been on the field before on both sides, but as a coach, what makes you say, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and push this in. Let it be in the beginning, the first drive that Notre Dame had, or what happened with the Bears in the final moments. I mean, what's going through a coach's mind?
I think you're going. I mean, it's situational football. Like, for example, you're 0-3. It's 4th and 2. You're at whatever at the midfield. The crowd is booing your head coach because he decides not to go for it, which I thought was a cop out. It's early in the game. You're setting the tone. Now you saw that your offense was running the football. They did a lot more power game. Herbert was running. I don't agree with Deonta Foreman not being out there, but that's a whole nother story. But your power game is working today. Denver stinks. They do. Their defense isn't that good. So you had an opportunity. You're up 28-7 now at the half. Now, situationally, he's trying to strategize. He doesn't believe in himself as a defensive coordinator. That you didn't trust yourself to put the field goal up there, take the lead, and force them to drive down, score to win, or kick a field goal to tie. Like, you have to think like that. And if it's a half yard, I'm in my head too. Do I want to control this, make this field goal shorter, possibly run out the clock, score? I just think the rule for any coach. And college is different, but you're in the NFL. Those guys up front know the situation and get paid. You never go backwards to get 1 yard. That is the rule. You made it even worse, Chris, because you went shotgun to get 1 half yard. So that's the offensive coordinator and the head coach. It's a sin. Could they possibly have gotten it? Yeah, but think about it. You got to get the snap. You got to turn. Now they're asking him to read it. What if he reads it? Take all the guesswork out. Get under center.
I don't have my ruler. I'm trying to get 6 inches here. I don't have my ruler, but really?
It's ridiculous, bro. It's really like these guys think they freaking are smart. They're not. They're not football smart. This coach is terrible. Well, I could go out there and honestly make this team win. This guy can't. I honestly believe. I have no doubt in my mind how to fix this whole offense and who they should be using and how. But they can't do it.
My last comment. I wanted to tell Zelos. I'm excited about that, right? I'm excited. I was like, who is this guy? I mean, Fields is out there completing passes like that. That's amazing. So exactly. I was actually excited about that. Here's my last point. If you have a head coach who is not performing well in the last 14, 13 games, whatever, and decides to take on the responsibility of a defensive coordinator, why don't you hire a coordinator and so you can go on about your business of being a head coach so you can win games?
He could.
I don't understand that at all.
He could turn around with Hoke or one of the veterans that he trusts and give them that responsibility. He taking it and not being a head coach. He's got 1 year under his belt as an NFL head coach. It goes back to what you said, Chris. It's a first-time GM. It's a first-time freaking head coach. It's a first-time offensive coordinator. It's a first-time defensive coordinator who resigned.
You mix all that stuff up in a pot.
Exactly.
And
the
then
GM.
You let it out.
You first-time coach. It's a recipe for disaster when you have the wrong people. It's already stinks right now. It's like that sock draw. You know, you don't throw a stinky sock in there, right? It's going to smell up everything. That's what they're doing. So, George, the McCaskies don't fire anybody in the seat. Well, that's why they stink. Because they're letting the sock draw just destroy her. It's those people that leave food in their fridge forever. Like it's going to clean itself. It's rotten. It stinks. Put it in the trash. That's what the coach is. And you're right, Jerry. I have called it. I knew it. Here's Frank Hawks. Thank you, Frank. Hacks. 1999, Chris. I've had enough of Komet sneaks, shotgun plays, poor defense, 14 straight losses, and great practices with Flus. Ever since we traded Khalil Mack, we couldn't find a replacement for him on the edge. He had 6 sacks, 2 fall. Yeah, it just makes matters worse watching Khalil, Travis Gibson's rushing the passer, stripping sack. I'm like, Ryan Poles let Travis leave. For me, watching him, I'm like, I told everybody that dude would never be cut. To stick with Rasheem Green and Walker, they can't rush the passer to save their life.
That was awesome. Now, yeah, I got an alert on my text with Mac. Was like, how great he did, and I was like, what? It was like an ESPN one. I was like, what the hell? Crazy.
It's terrible.
All right. I know we have a limit.
We do have the right guy here, though. His name is Zorich.
Hello.
Christopher.
Great segue.
Zorich.
I like that. I like where you're going with this. We had a rant, and I apologize. I participated a little bit on the rant, and so I took up some of my time, so I apologize about that.
You're okay, man. I mean, it was deserving. And have you been tempted, Chris? Many a fan want to know to text Kevin Warren. Have you given him, hey, you all right over there? Kind of a funny, no, you don't even want to go down that path.
I cannot go down that path.
Okay. Did you see the story that he walked through the locker room for the first time and said absolutely nothing and walked out?
I didn't see that. Wow.
Yeah, Kevin, after the game, walked through the locker room apparently, gave a couple looks at people, and didn't say a word. And walked out. I go, that's my guy right there. Now he's my hope.
Ouch. He's everybody's hope. He's Chicago's hope. What are you talking about? He's everybody's hope.
Dude, we need to make a t-shirt right now. Chicago Hope. And put Kevin's face on for TTNL. I'm serious.
There you go.
Alex Acevedo, get on it.
Here we go. You can sell him at the game.
How do you send money? You have to go on YouTube, Jerry, to do that. But he looks like he's a fireman.
That's awesome. Thank you, Jerry.
Jerry.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Now, did Chris tell you that one time when he started a fire in the Notre Dame dormitory?
Wow. I thought you were going to go way back and talk about how as a kid I wanted to be a fireman.
Did you? I didn't know that.
I did.
Is there a Zorich autobiography? A book?
There is not a Zorich autobiography.
Are you working on it?
Yeah. Between this show, my job, yeah. I have time for that. I got time for that.
Well, you do have time for the Super 16
show. I'm excited.
We're talking college football with a three-time All-American, CBS Defensive Player of the Year. The music comes on CBS. I know it's college football. National champion, college football Hall of Famer, and he was all Madden. Where is it?
Hello.
Oh, that ain't it.
And I ride a motorcycle. There we go.
There it is.
Hello.
1993 all Madden. Chris Zorich is in the house. Are you ready, Chris, to start off the 16? Well, let's start with number 47. No, they aren't there
yet.
They aren't there. Number 16. I'm surprised they're surviving this storm.
Number 16, Utah.
This was a tough one, man. I don't know. I didn't have a chance to see the whole game, but I saw our buddy Cam Rising on the sideline, just kind of keeping guys in it, pumped up. But I mean, this was a tough one, man. And they played a good Oregon State team,
Oregon State, man. We've been on them.
21-7. I was surprised, man. Really surprised. So they wound up dropping 4.
Can you say happy anniversary?
Hell's yeah. Oh, dude, he chimes in all the time. Absolutely.
Fan. He's
I know he is. He loves the Utes. I love the Utes. They're great.
The 2 Utes.
The 2 Utes. Love it. Happy anniversary, man.
Happy anniversary, awesome. Ben. That's awesome. Chris Zorich is sending you happy anniversary. You got to screen record that.
Hello.
You didn't even have to pay Cameo to promote your network, for God's sake, like some other people do. I actually have Chris Zorich here. Anyway, let's go. 16. They're missing Cam.
50.
Cam is a big.
Yes, huge.
Come on, he's a huge difference.
Huge.
That shows you how important the quarterback position is. Look at Jerry's in
All right,
Utah.
John. Oh, there we go.
But are you a Utes fan? Utah State, BYU? Do you have a couple wives? I don't know Utah at all.
Wow.
Utah. How about number 15?
Number 15, Tennessee.
All right, this is like the little engine that could, man. They're trying. This is their first time in the Super 16.
They made it.
I'm loving it, man. And actually, let's see. What about our guys at South Carolina? What was
Spencer Rattler?
Yes, our boy. Yeah, so
he had a comment there. He had some comments. He made a comment.
He did? Or because
yeah.
they're 2-3 now, man. He's supposed to be. I mean, this was supposed to be the year.
He made a comment. What were they? And Tennessee totally made a meme of him.
Really?
Like, oh yeah, he made a comment like this is their Super Bowl or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe Cherie, you could find that Spencer Rattler talk smack.
Well, I'm sure it didn't help that they probably put a whole bunch of videos up of him in the offseason in his like gazillion-dollar car that he bought.
Remember when we talked about him on the QB1 Netflix? You kind of got a taste of who he is.
That was years ago.
Yes, and you listen, a zebra don't change its stripes. Every time someone's catering to an athlete like that, and his mom was kind of spoiling him. He was rude to her. You kind of get a taste. You hope that a kid matures. I'm not gonna say all the time, but I'd say there's outliers. But I think, especially when you deal with your mom, the way
That's
he was,
that's tough.
Yeah, that's tough. But he is kind of. But anyway, Tennessee, their quarterback can throw a football standing still from the 2-yard line all the way to the other end zone.
Crazy.
I don't think I've seen an arm like I saw this quarterback at Murray State University. He was bow-legged and he was about 6'2", and I was like, no freaking way did that just happen. It looked like it was an alien. He just threw the ball from one end zone all the way to the other end zone. I've never seen an arm like that in my life.
Jeez.
Can't remember the kid's name. I just remembered he was so bow-legged. He looked like he was a cowboy.
That's the thing you remember.
I do, because it was so odd. His legs went like this, and then they went down. But he was fast, and he could throw. But anyway, this dude is 6'5", 255, 60 pound. Transfer from Michigan.
Interesting.
Sorry. He's got an arm. Tennessee. Listen, we liked them last year. Now we'll see if they pull it in. They pulled the upset of Alabama last year.
Yep.
We'll see where they go this year. Let's go to number 14.
Wow.
With my guy.
Wow.
Dart.
Number 14, Ole Miss.
How great was it watching this game? It was crazy, man. This was, and the fact that it happened to BK, right? Brian Kelly. I mean, this is.
You loved it.
I was.
How many Tim Brown texts did you get?
Actually, you should see during the Notre Dame games and when LSU was losing. Yeah, my phone is like blah, 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 it's just blowing up. I mean, it's hilarious. It is hilarious.
Yeah, not a fan of Kelly myself either, so I enjoyed it, and I do like the Ole Miss football program.
Well, that and Lane's in the hunt now, so it's going to be kind of interesting to kind of see what goes on. I mean, he just has that one loss, so
you can always rebound from one.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be Nick Saban to rebound from two.
Right. Which is going to count BK out of this, but think about this. Last year, I mean, They beat Alabama.
Mm-hmm. Well, they get beat by Alabama this year, 24-10. And then they beat LSU. Now they got Arkansas coming up. So they could turn it around, get yourself in the SEC championship, do what you got to do, win those games. How about number 13? Oh, you have
BK's done. I'm
else?
sorry. No, I was just going to say BK's done with 2 losses in the SEC. He's out.
That's it. That's it.
Number 13, North Carolina.
How about these guys moving up 3 without even playing? How does that happen?
Chris Zorich, the quarterback.
Hey, absolutely, man. This is something that I think is going to be exciting to watch. Let me see. They have, I think who they got coming up.
I'll tell you. I'll get it for you.
I forgot who they
North
had.
Carolina's going to play Syracuse.
Yeah, which is going to be another game, but they have a big game coming up. So,
well, that would be Miami on the October 14th.
Yeah. There you go.
Miami 17th in another poll.
In that poll that we do not speak of.
Correct.
That poll that has 4 letters and has to do with the coaching. Who knows what poll that is? or that other poll that has only 2 letters because they don't have as many as we do.
Is that the AP?
Wow, really? I thought we don't speak. I thought we don't speak about other polls on the show.
I didn't give their full government. I just.
Oh, okay. You just gave the initials. Gotcha.
Initials.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
If you ain't got haters, you ain't popping. Credit to them. They did a great job. It was like their Super Bowl tonight. So congratulations to them. So they felt his tongue in cheek with that Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
They made a bunch of memes on him.
Wow.
It's bad. Yeah.
Wow.
North Carolina, May, no doubt. As the Bears get through this season, that's a kid who throws the football with accuracy and anticipation that you want to see. It's an athlete, North Carolina quarterback. You're going to have to start looking at quarterbacks again in Chicago.
Yeah, but at the rate they're going, I mean, there's only one pick.
What do you mean one
Shador.
pick?
No, not Shador. Okay, my bad.
Oh.
No, not Shador. Okay, my bad. All right.
Number 12, Oregon State.
I thought we were on SC. My bad. So Oregon State, Utah. We talked about this one. Oregon State with our guy DJ Guglielmo.
Oh yeah,
I just got DJ, and he's actually kicking ass, man. He had like some crazy ass yards, man, like 300 something, 400 yards or something like that.
Kid was balling. Kid was balling. I really like Oregon State's uniform and.
Well, how about the fact that Clemson is like sitting in bed now, man?
Well, Clemson beat Syracuse.
Oh, that was a tough one. Yeah, that was on my list.
Well, Syracuse was tough, no?
Thank you, Shane.
Sorry,
Syracuse
Shane.
tough. Okay, sure. Is that like Duke? Oh, my bad.
Hey.
Too soon?
You beat Duke.
Wait a minute.
Barely.
Hold on. That was okay. Well,
Oregon State lost to Washington State.
Their only loss.
Then they beat Utah.
Right. Which put them on the map.
They played their butts off this week. Now they go against Cal, UCLA, Arizona. Then November 4th, they got unranked Colorado.
There we go. See?
They were ranked for a second. Just want you to remember.
On what poll?
Not in your poll. Not in our poll.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah. We know what we're doing here, I think.
Man. Brutal.
Well, I like DJ, and I think he's got a shot here. He's got a shot. These guys are moving up, Chris.
Moving on up.
Like the Jefferson.
Number 11, Oklahoma.
Up to, and this is where it starts getting crazy, man. When you start looking at these teams that are in the top 11. It's just insane, man. They wound up crushing Iowa State 50-20, which really just goes to show what Brett Venables is doing there. And oh, by the way, let's remember that Caleb Williams was at Oklahoma and bounced with his boy. So,
listen,
interesting.
You talked about Venables last year and what kind of energy and attitude. Listen, especially in college, you got to establish your identity. You're recruiting. You're building a culture. You had Lincoln Riley leave in the middle of the night on a jet plane. I'm leaving on the jet plane.
On his jet plane.
They gave him.
Which at that point, you probably will leave that way.
Now, who owns the University of Southern California? The state of California? Or is that a private school?
I was told it's a private school.
It's a private school. That's how they get their own jet. Because I was going to say.
I think so.
Is Governor Schwarzenegger still around?
Wow. He might shoot it down. Oh!
Hey, shoot this.
Bring that plane back. That was not a very good Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I can't, either can I.
Speaking about Arnold.
Yes.
Way back in the day when there was a Planet Hollywood in Chicago, after a game, I would always bring kids to the game. I took kids, we would go to Planet Hollywood afterward.
Okay.
And happened to be
one, no?
Not in Chicago, no.
Oh, me and Cherie went to Hard Rock
Cafe, yeah.
I confused those two. My bad.
Okay. So we're down there, and I'm with the kids and everything, and the manager's like, "Hey, Arnold wants to come by and say hi," and I'm like, "Who?" And he's like, "Arnold Schwarzenegger." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "How you guys doing? Hi." And I'm like, it was like, the kids are like floored. It was crazy, man. It was crazy.
Commando. What was your favorite Schwarzenegger movie? Real quick.
It
has to be Conan, I think.
I loved Conan.
I knew it.
Loved Conan. But I am an old school, Terminator guy. So I'm going to go.
Oh, okay. Terminator 1.
But I love Conan.
Okay.
But
you had to pick one.
Watch Oklahoma because they may have a big game coming up. Who knows? We may be talking about that. So number 11 was Oklahoma. Number 10, ladies and gentlemen.
Number 10, Washington.
Okay, sorry, Huskies. This is where it might get a little interesting here. They dropped 3 because they barely beat Arizona. Now, everybody's loving the squad. I'm thinking, what the hell happened? The idea that you can drop, I apologize, but it's starting to get a little tough. And this ranking here, which may be a clue to what's going on in the top 5.
The top 5.
Just wanted to throw that out there. So stay tuned because we're only on 10 right now. But it's interesting when a squad like Washington can drop 3.
Now, Washington lost.
Washington did not lose. They barely. I was watching it.
3, and you didn't like their performance against Arizona.
Oh my God! Well, first of all, I was up till 3 o'clock. No, not 3 o'clock, but like
that was a late game.
Midnight, yes, and they almost lost.
Our boy didn't throw a touchdown.
Did not, which is kind of frustrating.
Still threw for like 300 plus, but he didn't throw a touchdown.
Right, but
I was so shocked.
We're going game to game here. And at this point, reputation is kind of out the window. So if you barely beat an unranked team, what does that say? Should you be ranked as high as you may have been last week?
You moved them down.
Who knows?
You moved them down. Let's see. Let's see who's number. Now we're going into the top 10 of the 16.
Number 9. Alabama.
And they went up 1 after crushing Mississippi State.
Yes.
Which I apologize. I don't even know who the coach is there since our guy passed away.
Favre, is it?
Wow. Wow.
No.
I mean, they were rolling with with
Mike Leach.
Yes.
He passed. 41-14, they lost Mississippi State to LSU. Then they lost to Spencer Rattler. Then they get hammered by Alabama, 40-17. Oh, by the way, Mississippi State, to your credit here, beat in overtime Arizona, who gave a hard-fought game to Washington. So there you go.
Hey, man. Chris
is putting it together for you.
I'm just being honest. And I'm that guy who watches it and goes, why is this happening? And if you're in believe me, I love me some Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
But when they suck, they go down. And I'm trying to do that with every team. And it's going to be exciting because this is going to be a revenge game for Alabama. I think they're going to blow the wheels.
So what do you think about the quarterback at Alabama? They've went through 3. Now they're back to Milroe.
They're back, and he's
improving. More of a runner.
He's improving, but they have to win with what they got. And
nobody does it better, right?
No one has a chance to sprinkle any magic sauce on him. However, thank you very much, Sheree.
Thanks, Sheree. No, I
feel kind of bad because I wouldn't have won that.
Imagine if I was on that trivia show and I phoned my friend Chris Zorich, he'd be like, I have no fucking idea.
Bro, no idea. Mike Leach? I have no idea. No
Chris,
idea.
It's Phil.
I got a football question. I got a college football question.
I got a college
football question. Oh, yeah, dude, I'm all in. Who is the current coach?
Music's playing. Who
is it for $1 million? Dude, Chris, you got to help me out, bro. Absolutely, I'm in. SEC, I'm in. Who is the current coach of Mississippi State? Come on, tell me right now.
Final answer? What was his name? He passed. He was great when he was doing the show. What was that? He's a former Notre Damer.
Regis Philbin.
Regis Philbin.
Right.
There you go. Look at that. Regis Philbin.
Really, really good dude, too. And actually, a lot of people might not remember this. Of course, you probably weren't even born yet. But when my mom passed away, he actually talked about it on the show that he had in the morning with Kathy Lee.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was a huge fan. And actually, at my law school graduation, he was there for his daughter's graduation, and we hung out for a little bit. So very smart, really good dude. Really good dude.
Let's go to number 8, Oregon.
Mike. Number 8, Oregon.
Okay, these guys go up 1 because they did what they were supposed to do and beat Stanford 42-6. This is what happens. See, when you are supposed to play teams that aren't of equal talent.
That is what you do. Bo Nix.
I'm using equal talent in quotes because I have a comment later on. So
another teaser.
Love some Bo Nix, right? Love it. He's redeeming himself and killing it, throwing some crazy yards. How many yards did he have this game? Phil, I don't have my notes on here. Hold on a second.
Hold on. Let me get my notes. It's called Google.
Yeah, mine is called ESPN. So.
Oregon. Oregon Ducks football. Put up 42-8. Bo Nix, 290.
Yes.
4 touchdowns. 27.
1,400 on the year. That's crazy.
27 out of 32 was Bo Nix.
How about that?
Listen.
Love
like some Bo Nix.
Number 7, USC.
Okay, now here's when I start getting some death threats by my friends here. How does a team drop 5? How? How does a team? Last week they were freaking 2, and now
what happened, Chris?
What happened?
What's going on?
You tell me. I'm texting you, going, "Oh my God, how many touchdowns is our guy Ken Williams going to throw? Is he going to beat the record?
6.
Is he going to beat the record in the first half? It was crazy.
It was crazy, but they They were in Colorado. Colorado fighting for their coach. You don't give them a little extra love here going in there. They had a bigger lead. Their defense let up.
Yeah. Yep.
Wasn't
But
like Caleb.
here's
was
the
the
thing.
problem.
They just got trounced the week before by a
Colorado,
team by
Yeah.
Oregon.
who blew them out. Yes.
So they're no parts of being ranked.
Right.
They come in within 7.
So
I mean,
drop
so
USC.
okay, that's a bad day. Okay, cool. Okay, if that's a bad day, some other people have some good days, right? You're going to find out some people have some really good days, and you're going to find out some people have some bad days.
This is going to surprise a lot of people.
This is going to freak a lot of people to freak out. Believe me.
This list has surprised me.
Oh, it's going to surprise some folks.
Because your kiss is on his list. Because your kiss.
Wow.
Let's go to the number 6.
Number 6. Penn State.
Here's the scary thing, man. They beat the
Northwestern struggle
off of Northwestern, and they fall. How about that? What is going on with this damn Super 16 poll?
Super 16 is flopping around like a fish out of water.
Hey, man, when you play the way you're supposed to play,
win the game.
Hey, win the game, but the other team has you. All of a sudden, you realize the other team has some athletes too.
That's right.
So we can go back to SC in Colorado. Man, that second half, I mean, that was all Colorado.
Yeah.
I counted Shador out. Text my boy, dude, what about the Heisman, right? Oh, my God. He threw like the first half, he had like 100-something. Second half, he had like 3. It was crazy. Anyway, we are not talking about Shador. We're talking about Penn State, Northwestern.
Caleb still held up his, just to go back, too. He balled out.
They won.
Oh, he was like 420 yards and 6 touchdowns. I think he had
almost lost to an unranked team.
Oh, sometimes that's going to happen. That ball, that oblong ball, Chris.
Which is fine.
We are Marshall.
The flip side. Okay? But what
snuck that one underneath you.
I did not hear it. Sorry.
We are Marshall.
Oh, there we go. Wow. Yes, I remember that from last year. Thank you.
There you go. He got it.
It just takes me a while.
No, you didn't hear it, so I got to give you credit.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But when a good Penn State team falls because of a win against Northwestern, what does that mean?
They struggle. Northwestern is like that's the get right game. That's what we call that.
How are they even like fielding a team at this point?
I don't even know. I said the same thing when I was watching. I had the YouTube TV, Chris. I know you're on board now.
A little bit. Thanks to you. You were the deciding factor.
You should have seen Chris's setup. He had like 16. He had he had Southwest Missouri versus freaking.
Well, thanks to YouTube. I saw that game.
So Penn State struggling. I listen. I liked it. I was shocked there too. I was shocked by Penn State struggling. Iowa got beat. Freaking Iowa, man. Come on. And they're nowhere near in the rankings of Chris Zorich, but Penn State did struggle. How many did they drop? 3?
They dropped 1.
Oh, 1 spot.
Right.
They were 5 last week. Now they're 6.
Right. Because
speaking of drops, let's go to number 5. This is a surprise.
Number 5, Georgia.
And I love me some Georgia. You know that.
Georgia.
Love me some Georgia.
He does.
Love me some Georgia. What the hell?
Iowa won. I'm sorry. They struggled, though, but go ahead.
What the hell? Auburn? Unranked?
Dude, Auburn was getting up. I thought they were going to win it.
Exactly.
I thought Auburn was going to win that game.
And here's the thing, though. Even if they won, people are like, well, how far are they going to drop? I mean, how far would Georgia drop? Are you kidding me? You have to look at the other teams who are playing well. Corin, I know, man. It's crazy, man. It is crazy. How do you drop Georgia 4? Yes, that's going to be an exciting game that may be on my list. Who knows?
Kentucky.
Yes.
I can't believe they didn't make a sniff of this list.
Well, this sniff of the list, because this list is on my list.
Because it's on his list.
I try to do that, but I don't have
on Chris' list.
I'm not musically inclined.
Georgia. I'm sorry. I was thinking Iowa got blown out by Penn State the week before. Then they struggled with Michigan State. Sorry. Just wanted to correct that.
That was like 4 picks ago, but that's okay.
Listen, Baylor made it.
Wow.
I can make an Iowa.
Wow. Wow. That was last year. See, this is what happens when you bring stuff up from last year. See?
Georgia. Struggled.
I know I'm going to get some crap for this, man, but, I mean, think about it. You had these other teams play so well, though. And then you got to start looking at the teams that these teams have played. And you want to talk about ranked teams? Now, we're not there yet, but the team that's number 1 may have beaten 2 ranked teams. Who knows? Maybe. Let's shoot number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4. Florida State.
These guys go up 4, and they were idle. Chris, what the hell is going on?
Chris, what is going on?
You know what? They beat what was LSU? They were 4?
LSU at the time.
4, right?
Yeah, they were up in the top 10. So they beat LSU to open the season, 45 to 24. They whooped
that in itself. I mean, you're
talking about they whooped Southern Miss. Then they struggled with Boston College, and you were getting nervous.
I was. We actually talked about that, remember?
Yes. And then they beat Clemson in overtime, an unranked Clemson.
Correct.
So now they had a bye. Now they come back, and they're going to play Virginia Tech. Enter Sandman. So that's where they are.
Who do you think is going to win the ACC? Exactly. I mean, you're talking about
or Stanford,
right? Right, or is it the other 7 teams that are trying to get in? So this is what's crazy, man. This last game.
Yes,
not Florida State, but these teams are playing really well, and it's just making for great college football. So why would a Georgia drop? Why would a SC drop? I mean, they almost lost their games, and they got some really good teams that are playing really well. So that's the reason why. And I know I'm getting crap for this. So, but
Zorich just
brother, I'm ready to go, man.
It ain't their name up there on the Super 16.
Hello.
No, it's Chris
Zorich. It's your own show.
How does the CBS song go? I heard it, and then it's bothering me now. I can't. Right?
Good.
I live for that. Then I see Pat Summerall or Brent Musburger live here under touchdown Jesus, where young Chris Zorich, the All-American. Look at Tony Rice is warming up.
Hey, look at that.
I can see it. The panning of the. Oh man, I miss Brent Musburger doing it as well. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. Let's go to number 3. Shareed's fired up.
Number 3, Michigan.
These guys are up 1.
The only one I don't agree with in your ranking.
Up 1, really?
They should be up.
That's shocking.
I wouldn't say only one. Well, I'm surprised that
the last 7 have just killed me, Chris. The last 7 you're on.
No, I like what you did actually. I would just have
shake them up a little bit.
This team at 1. This team is number 1 in my book.
See, here's the
Michigan.
problem, though, and
Thank you, Nebraska.
I'm with you on that. But let's
Yes.
take a look at the ranked teams Michigan beat.
Here we go.
Oh, you're done? Okay.
Oh, it's magic.
Yeah.
I know.
So they beat,
Bowling Green,
yeah, no, they're ranked, right? No, they're not ranked. Okay.
Rutgers,
Yep. Rutgers, okay.
Nebraska,
Yep, Nebraska. Okay.
UNLV, the running Rebs.
Running Rebs.
Steve Johnson.
Okay. So that deserves a number 1 ranking, right?
No.
Or you got Ohio State, which happens to be.
Let's go. I'm trying to get there. You surprised me with
okay.
this.
Number 2, Ohio State.
See, and this is the hard one because Ohio State was idle, but you start looking at the teams
Beat
that they
Notre
played.
Dame.
They beat a top 10 ranked Notre Dame.
Exactly. At Notre Dame.
At Notre Dame. Guess what?
10 men on the field, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. Sam Hartman, Notre Dame. Guess what? Exactly. We definitely want Harbaugh, but think about that. So that's the only reason why I put them above a Michigan
got a
team.
good argument here.
Not really that has played the running Rebs.
Let me see who does Ohio State play next? They play how do we say Tuioso? I don't even know. The quarterback from Maryland, Tua's brother, who looks really sharp out there.
That Maryland been kicking ass, actually.
He's kicking ass. He looks like a NFL quarterback out there. Seriously, if you haven't seen Maryland, this is going to be a good test for Ohio State because of their quarterback at Maryland. Mm-hmm. Ohio then plays Purdue. Then it's Penn State, Ohio State on October 21st. October 28th is Ohio State, Wisconsin. And then guess who comes to town? Rutgers. So they don't face off Michigan until Thanksgiving.
Are you serious? It's on
Thanksgiving always fall on November 25th?
I don't know, but they're playing on Thanksgiving?
November 25th.
No,
it's always is that always Thanksgiving, or is that just Christmas falls on the 25th?
Yeah, Christmas on the 25th. Come on, dude.
Come on. What am I thinking here?
Wow.
November 25th. Where is November? November 20th. So that's Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So the Thanksgiving falls on the 23rd this year, Chris.
Thank you.
You need to take any time off of work.
I know now. I appreciate it.
Are you going to travel to the Etotians for Thanksgiving? You may.
That would be nice. That would be very nice.
Ohio State will play Michigan the Thanksgiving weekend. That's when it goes down, the last game of their season.
And it's looked really good, but we have to watch out for Maryland because
Maryland is going to give them troubles. I'm just letting you know. I'll be surprised. But let's go to number 1.
Let's go to number 1.
You want to go to number 1?
Number 1, Texas.
Yes, I did it. I put Texas number 1. I did.
He did it.
Because they beat 2 ranked teams, and they're just kicking
All right.
And besides, I love Matthew McConaughey either. And, oh, by the way, that's a great segment. It's because I know we're looking at our time here.
We're looking at our time. Let me do it.
40-minute.
Eberflus? Or
yes. That may be my top game. Of course it is. And are we allowed to say Red River rivalry, or are we not allowed to say?
I allow it.
Okay, because I think it's Red River competition or contest or 2 teams playing or something like that. You're allowed to play. I don't think you're allowed to use rivalry anymore.
Why?
because that's too aggressive. Maybe.
Oh my God!
Honestly, I think it's a Red River Showdown or something like that.
Wow!
Like they had to change
too aggressive.
Yes. But let's think about
Red
Texas.
River
I think
Showdown.
that's going to be a huge game. So if you look at Texas
versus who is the Red River rivalry or now showdown? Tell the audience.
Well, I thought everybody knew that. I'm sorry. It's Oklahoma. That's like the biggest freaking like second, third biggest game of the year. It's going to be awesome.
Some people don't.
I'm sorry. Yes.
It's at the state fair.
Oh, it is called rivalry. Okay, well then maybe I'm wrong. I thought I read it where they called it the showdown or something.
The Karen crew didn't change.
I thought they would have.
It's very
there we go.
Red River pillow fight.
But after beating Alabama and a Rice team, I'm being facetious there, but they smacked Baylor, and they had a chance to beat.
Anybody beats Baylor, Chris is all about.
They have a chance to beat Kansas, right? It was ranked.
Kansas was tough, though. I'll give it.
And they're ranked.
They beat Alabama. Wyoming, you never know what you get out of Wyoming.
Hello.
Just watch Yellowstone. 38-6 versus Chris Zorich's secret favorite team, Baylor. Kansas 40-14. So
here's the thing. Look at that. Look at the rest of the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
If they beat Oklahoma, there's no doubt they're going to be playing for the national championship.
They're going to be rolling in the deep.
Rolling.
Rolling.
Like that dude. Just rolling.
He's got TTNL swag on his bike. I love this dude. It's Chris Zorich.
Time here, man. You're killing
Let's
my time.
Go. What other games do you have?
We got Alabama, Texas A&M. That's a revenge game for our boy Nick Saban.
Saban.
He got to dominate this game. I think it's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly.
What do you think?
Then a team that you alluded to before, Kentucky and Georgia, that's going to be a game. After Georgia shit the bed this game, man.
Yes.
Freaking they're ready to go, man.
What's the spread on that one?
I don't know, but what's the coach's brother? The coach.
Oh, God. I forgot.
His brother's coaching too.
His name.
Yes, that guy. Stoops, yes.
Stoops.
He got those guys fired up, man. And after
into Florida. Into Florida.
And after watching them, after watching Georgia's performance against Auburn, guess what? They're vulnerable. So you don't think Stoops is going to exploit that? I think that's going to be an interesting game. Then my number 4 game is Arizona at USC. Can USC redeem? Is Caleb Williams going to redeem himself? I think he's going to throw up like 90.
90.
Because you got to be pissed. You almost lost to an unbeaten first-year coach, unranked. I mean, not unbeaten, but unranked Colorado team. Come on. And you used to be like in the top 2 in our poll.
Good call, Chris.
My final game.
The final game
happens to be on ABC at 6:30. They moved it to 6:30.
Oh, they moved it on up.
It's an ACC apparently powerhouse now that they're ranked. Louisville versus Notre Dame.
Oh boy,
what happened there?
Sam Hartman,
my guy. First of all, hey, that's me and my wife at a tailgate.
Notre Dame.
Go Irish.
Go Irish.
And the kilt. Thank you.
Bring the kilt out. Are you bringing the kilt out for this game?
How about this? Yeah, at home. How about this? Check this out. Notre Dame has played Ohio State night game.
Yes.
Ranked team. Duke, they barely beat. However, they're ranked.
Yes.
Night game. which they moved to be a night game.
Jeepers creepers.
Exactly. And they're playing Louisville, which they moved to a night game. Ranked team,
Under the lights.
another ranked team. And, oh, by the way, after that, they're going to play that team that almost got beat by Colorado. USC.
Listen.
We got 4 ranked teams, night games in a row. Who does that?
Tell Shane, stop. Notre Dame has a tougher schedule right now than Alabama.
Okay, well, at least the last 4.
Tell
I
him.
mean, come on.
Come
at least
on.
the last 4.
Give him some credit here. Chris is breaking it down.
That's okay. That's okay.
Zorich's top 5 games this week brought to you by
The best
no one,
food
I guess.
fight
No
ever.
one. If you want to sponsor Chris Zorich's
I like
top
that.
5 games,
But
reach out to her.
speaking about Shane and his pillow fight, my boy Sam Hartman. You want
Yes.
to talk about class?
Let's talk about this.
Let's
Chris,
talk about this picture.
deep thoughts.
Deep thoughts. We're going to
With
start with
Chris.
deep thoughts.
Let's go. Deep thoughts with Chris Zorich.
I forgot about that. Thank you. Did you just do that?
I did.
That was awesome.
We're putting it in the playbook from now on.
I love it.
Chris Zorich,
We actually have a picture.
talk
There we go.
about this.
So this is a picture after the game. Sam Hartman was being interviewed. I think it was ESPN. I'm not sure, but he was like, "Hey,
It was.
all right." So he stops his interview and goes, "Hey, I'm gonna go check out my guy." He goes over and waits for Riley Leonard to get out of the tent,
The blue tent.
get out of the tent to make sure his boys look. I mean, who does that? First of all, your
That's
competitor.
class.
That's class. You talk about leadership, and oh, by the way, your whole team is in the locker room celebrating a win, and this dude's waiting so he can talk to. I mean, that's you don't find that very often.
Bro, I feel you on this one. I don't
Versus-
care what anybody says.
Versus, there was I saw Trenton Dilfer on the sideline
Oh, yeah.
at UAB about to beat the shit out of his own assistant coach on the field. It's like going nuts.
He was going crazy.
Come on, man. Regardless of what the situation was, and I wasn't watching it, I just saw a clip of it. Like,
Yeah.
be more reserved. I mean, show some class, man.
Was he caught in the heat of the moment? Or no? Is it way
No,
over the top?
And you-
I didn't
tell
see
me
the
you're a
game
coach.
too.
well, you tell me you're a coach. And I mean, being a coach, you have responsibility. And I would assume, like, first of all, John Wooden, I think, was one of the best college coaches ever to play the game. I read one of his books. He talked about how he never yelled. He never even grabbed his players during the game because he felt that if I needed to instruct you, if I needed to tell you what was going on during the game, I didn't do my job during the week. And, oh, by the way, how many did he have? Did he have 13 or 14 national championships in hoops? 13. Okay, so let's look at that philosophy versus someone like Trent Dilford, who first-year head coach, I think it's first-year head coach, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got caught up in emotion, man. You need to understand there's eyes on you. There's players on you. There's players' parents on you.
Mhm.
There's an AD looking at you. I mean, if I'm the AD there, I'm calling them in the next day and say, "Hey, man," or I'm talking to them after the game, like, "Dude, what's up?" "Oh, I got a little fired up. I mean, well, I can't have that. I mean, you're an example of UAB. You are a representative of our institution, and you can't act like that on national television. Practice, I can see, but
Yep.
not on national television. So you juxtapose that against like any coach. I mean, look at, and I'm using Marcus Freeman because I was at the game, but you know, you look at what happened with Ohio State. You didn't see him run around trying to choke a dude out or knock some dudes down or, you know, brush away from somebody. I mean, you know, but he's a competitor as well. So I was really surprised because Trent's a great announcer and he was a great quarterback and stuff like that. So I was just kind of shocked that happened.
Well,
But Sam Hartman's the man. So
Sam Hartman, all class. Let's just take a look back. this week's Super 16
Craziness.
poll.
Craziness.
Week 5's poll. Utah, number 16.
Hello.
Tennessee, 15. Ole Miss, 14. 13 is North Carolina. 12 is Oregon State. 11, Oklahoma. 10, Washington, the Huskies. 9, Alabama. 8, Bo Nix's Oregon.
This is where it starts getting crazy.
7, Caleb Williams, USC.
What?
6, Penn State. 5, Georgia drops from 1 to 5.
What?
4, Florida State moves up in a bye. 3, Michigan.
Whoa.
2, Ohio State. And number 1, Texas. Chris Zorich, every week, bringing you college football Super 16 poll show.
I guarantee you that I'm probably, outside of Sarkeesian, maybe the only dude who voted for Texas in the polls. I'm just saying. I'm just
broke
saying.
it down, your reasoning why.
That's my reasons, man.
I love your reasons.
Because if a great team plays poorly and they get docked, then when a good team plays well, they need to be rewarded, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited to see where this poll goes next week. We'll be
It's
back.
going to be crazy, man, because we got Oklahoma and Texas, man, in the Red River rivalry.
Red River rivalry.
Which I thought was a showdown or a competition or something, but I guess I read the wrong article.
Well, it's back, and it's better than ever. The Super 16 poll show will be back next Monday to break down what happened over the weekend with college football and your Chicago Bears mini rants galore here on the Super 16 poll show with Chris Zorich. He gives you his top 5 games to match up, as well as a deep thoughts with Chris Zorich on college football each and every Monday night here on the best network, covering the Chicago Bears, the NFL draft, college football, and guess what? Football.
Hello.
That's what it's all about. So, Chris, do you have any final thought before we wrap it up?
Final thought. I just want to say thank you. Thank you, Cherie. Thanks to the Football Writers of America Association and the National Football Foundation for allowing me to give you my crazy-ass opinions sometimes on the best college football teams in the country.
Awesome job tonight. Just some programming notes before we wrap up here. Tomorrow night, we'll premiere our new show with Ivan Vargas, another Bears show, as well as Keeping It Fantasy returns tomorrow night at 10. Then Wednesday, it's Keeping It 100 with David Kaplan. He'll be breaking down.
That should be fun.
Yes, what's going on with the Bears on Wednesday night. I'm sure Cap, myself, and Shane will have a lot to say about the Bears. And Thursday night, an early bird version of Bears Hour Live as the Chicago Bears play the Washington Commanders on Thursday Night Football. For the great Chris Zorich and the super producer, we have a question. Mr. Zorich, any suggestions for exercises that my number 97 Zorich jersey will fit me again?
I love it. Love it. Just you know what? I used to do it in
Stay
college.
away from corn.
Just put the top on and let it just roll up a little bit, you know? When you're of that age.
The cutoff.
I love it. Thank you, Corn. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you, Corn.
And thanks for having my jersey.
$5 gave us a laugh right as I was wrapping it up. For the great All-American Chris Zorich, the super producer Cherie, I'm your guy Draft Dr. Phil. This has been another episode of the Super 16
Poll Show
on TTNL. We'll see you next week, guys. Have a great night. Thanks for watching the Super 16 Poll Show with Chris Zorich. Like, subscribe, and comment. This has been a special presentation of the Tape Never Lies Network. Performance over politics.